Well, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. Hey, I'm live at 5. 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 Come on inside of the StreamYard room. Yes, it's your girl, Denise Merriweather, live at 5, here to have a conversation with you about why won't you just do it? Like, why won't you just do it? Look, y'all, I'm telling you, I think I have this conversation so many times a week with so many different people about having goals, dreams, aspirations, things that you want to do. Hey, sissy, thank you so much for my red dress. Yes, your girl is here in the building, ready to get her dance on, ready to get this conversation going. And thank you so much for sharing. Yes, for those of you who are out there tuning in, share this video, share it on your page, tag people that you believe should be a part of this conversation. Make sure that you are reaching out to people that you know that want to reach goals but are struggling on how to get there. Like, they just don't get what is it about them that's not allowing them to take the actions that they need to take, right? And that's what coaches do. We help you get from point A to point B. And sometimes I'm going to tell you what the hangups are. But before we get into this conversation of why you won't do it, let me introduce myself. My name is Denise Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneur's Jumpstart Program. It is the #1 training environment for women in the world looking to leverage their knowledge, ignite their passion, and build a highly profitable business. And how do you do this? By building your courage, confidence, and competence so you can accept, believe, and commit to what it is that God has called you to do. So listen, let's get into this conversation about why won't you do it. And I think back again to when I first started and why I started doing videos and why I believe that this was my calling. And thank you to Brother Thomas. Amazing message that you gave on yesterday about calling and moving forward with what it is that God has called you to do and overcoming these things that hold us back, right? And he talked about how sometimes the conversation of other people, like, people just won't let you, allow you to forget your past. Put it in the chat. They won't let me forget my past. And because they won't allow you to forget your past and they keep bringing it up and bringing it up, it holds you back from taking new actions and proclaiming the new thing that you're doing, because you don't want to be challenged by the things that you did in your past that might not align with where God is calling you to now. But there are some things that I know that's causing you to not do it. So the first thing that's causing you to not just do it is success. Put it in the chat. My success. And the reason why is when you have success in a particular area, like for me, I have been in project management for a really, really long time. It is something that I'm really good at it. And I know that I'm good at it. And when I started walking into this new thing of being a speaker, teacher, and coach, I definitely was nervous. I was afraid, right? Because I've had success for so long in a particular area, right? I'm earning money here. What would make you want to stop doing something that you're good at to go do something you don't even know how to do? You don't even have the first clue on how to do it. But the calling was so strong that I couldn't ignore it, right? The tap that God was giving me was so annoying, because that's what it was. It was annoying that I couldn't ignore it anymore, right? I totally had to immerse myself with gaining that confidence, gaining that competence, getting the courage. And let me tell you, the only way that these things come is to do it. Put it in the chat. To do it. I got to do it. I got to do it. And you do. Like, you cannot continue to go to conferences. You can't keep learning. You can't be a forever learner, because learning doesn't make a difference. Put it in the chat. Knowing makes no difference, because it doesn't. I know how to do a lot of things. I've heard a lot of things. I have a lot of information. I have a lot of smart people around me. I have a lot of good close friends that are knowledgeable about a lot of things. But do you get their knowledge? Ain't my knowledge. Do you get their experience? Is not my experience. Do you get their confidence? Is not my confidence. Do you get, I can't lean on them to have my success. Like, I actually got to do it. I remember posting this picture that I have with Bishop TD Jakes, and it was after one of the events that I planned when I worked for Radio One. And I stated in this ad that I ran on Facebook, no matter how close I stand to him, his influence and impact will never be my influence and impact. Do you understand? what I'm saying? Do you smell what I'm cooking? Are you holding? Are you catching what I'm putting down? I hope you are. Like, no matter how much you are around successful people that's doing amazing things, and I know a lot of amazing people doing amazing things, but do you get it? Still ain't going to count for the thing that God is calling me for or calling me to do. And here's the thing, you can ignore it if you want to. Put it in the chat. I can ignore it if I want to. Yep, I'm talking to you. Oh, does it feel like a Wednesday? I feel like it's a Wednesday. I'm sorry, y'all. But look, you can ignore it if you want to, but it will not go away. Number two, here's the second thing that this is causing you to just not do it. It's the how. Put it in the chat, the how. Put it in the chat, the how. So we get so caught up on how to do a thing that we'll overthink, contemplate, talk about, read about, call somebody about it. Don't call me asking me how to do. Don't do it. Don't do it, because me telling you how may not be the how for you. Do you get that your assignment is so unique and specific to your personality and your experiences and the things that God has blessed you with and your gifts and your abilities, that you asking me the how may not work for you? Now, you could definitely say, Deneen, how did you do it? But here's the thing, my how is not going to get you moving. Do you understand that? How many times you come here and you listen to me telling you a whole bunch of how and what's and all the other things? How much movement have you made? I mean, honestly. Because if you're still talking about some of the same things, you ain't really moving. You listening, and I'm glad that you're a great listener. And I'm even glad that you're faithful and you show up. But when you look at your life, can you see what you have done and what you have accomplished in the area that you want most? Even if it's new, even if it's a change, right? Stop asking the how. The how will come, I promise. But you got to get moving with the things that you already know to do. But that's where knowing makes no difference come into play, because until you do it, it's not going to impact anybody. It's not going to change your situation. Put it in the chat. Stop asking how. And here's the kicker. This is the coup de grace. This is the mic drop. This is the, you can come and swing by my way if you want to, but just be ready. The third thing is, well, when? Don't ask me when. Get in the game first. Learn what you need to learn first. Do the things that you know to do first. And when will be the right time. And who knows what the win will be. I don't know when the win will be. I don't know when my win will be. But I know that if I don't take the actions, the win ain't coming no quicker. I tell you that. So stop asking when. Stop asking how. And get over the success that you had in whatever area it is. It's great that you had it, but if he's calling you somewhere else, don't you believe that he's going to help you have success in that eventually? Do you get that there's a learning curve? Do you get it's going to take some effort and it's going to take time? Put it in the chat. Do you get that there's some things that you may have knowledge of and there's other things that you don't have knowledge of, but it's not a reason to stop you. It's not a reason to hold you back. So look, honestly, for real, like, when you going to do it? I'm looking for responses. I mean, really, honestly, like, when you going to do it? When you going to really, like, get in the game? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up a couple of working sessions. I don't know. They'll probably be maybe $25 each or something. I don't know. But I'm going to set up some working sessions. And I'm going to get in the room. And for those of you who want to work on some stuff, like, really do it. Like, get on the computer. If you whack with your scheduling, get in there and let's get your scheduling together. Like, get in there and work on your schedule. Because here's what you don't get. Things will always be overwhelming and taxing when you don't have no order in your life. When you keep doing stuff on a whim or reacting to things that you haven't planned for, you're going to be stressed out. Why? Because you don't have no order. Why? Because you're saying yes to stuff that can't fit in your schedule. Why? Because you don't track the things that you think are not important, like brushing your teeth and washing your hair and going to the grocery store and cooking your food and taking your kids where they need to go to and driving to this place and that place. If you're not tracking that, do you get it takes time? And then you wonder why you don't have time. And you wonder why you can't get it done. And then you have the nerve to come and tell me I don't have time. Girl, you got time. You just not efficient with your time. You whack with it. You have more than enough time. We always have time for what we want to do. Because I promise you, if you want to go to a concert, you're going to make time for that. And you're going to pay for it. If you want to go on a trip with your friends and your family, you make time for that. So you can't work on your business. You can't work on your calling. You can't call people and reach out to them and bless their life and impact them the way God called you to do. You lying. And see, I ain't in church. I can say it. You're lying. So look, when you going to do it? Okay, LaShawn said the time is now. Stop asking me how. Stop asking me when. Absolutely. But when you going to do it? When are you really going to go after the dreams you're talking about? Like, remember, I talked to you on Friday about wanting to go see Usher in Vegas. I want y'all to know I'm doing my work. I know that there's 2 different type of shows. I know now how much they cost. Average range $260, but we thinking that ain't probably the best seats. They're probably not the seats we want to be in. We're looking at dates. Like my sister and I was on the call last night. I'm like, oh yeah, that ain't gonna work. Oh yeah, that it's gonna happen. I'm going to see Usher before the year out. I know now it goes into October. I'm going, and nothing gonna stop me from it unless God say I ain't gonna be here. But I'm going. So what is it in your life that you want to do, you want to experience, that you just shucking and jiving? Like, really be straight, because we halfway through the year, and it's going to be another year, and you're going to be saying the same things. I'm just telling you, don't say them to me. I'm serious. Don't say them to me. But if you want to get together, you want to work at this, just like I said, if it is your account, whatever it is, whatever action you believe that you're not taking for whatever reason, because you have success in something and you're afraid to fail. Remember, failure is only in language. It doesn't really exist. It's only what you call it. Like some people call a learning curve stretching or developing myself or expanding. Why do you have to call it failure? That's your choice to define it that way. That is why it's preventing you from taking action, because you want success. But you got to think about, how did you become successful at your first job? The job that you're on right now, that you do so well, that people always telling you how great you are. Tell me, how did you get so good at it? Put it in the chat. I want to see it. And when you first started, was you good at it? Like, was you really good at it? Or did you have a learning curve? When I became a project manager, they told me my learning curve was going to be a year. I laughed at them, was like, there's no way I got this type of experience. But I promise you, when I got up in there and started learning all those different type of meetings and all these different clients, I promise you it took me a year. It was no joke. And then I became a believer that it take effort and it take time. And yes, you can have your starting knowledge. You can have your knowledge that you walk in with. But when you go into a company that actually got some structure and some systems, and not a company that you work for and you building your own systems, and you walk in with the knowledge you have and you leave with the knowledge that you have, right? They just flimsy and they don't have no development going on at their establishment. You could go in there and be a superstar with the level that you got. But when you go into these establishments with some order and some systems, you're going to have to work your way up in your knowledge. Do you get that? Okay, Sherilyn said a lot of learning and mistakes. Absolutely. LaShawn said a lot of practice. Yes, you had to practice law. Like, really? Like, I got to get in here and I got to do some cases and I got to help some people and I got to win. I got to win. She said a lot of practice. That's right. So the new thing, it's going to require a lot of practice. So why are you taking so long to start the practicing when you already know it's going to take a lot of practicing? But then you want to have success overnight when you didn't have success in the first thing overnight. It took years to be where you are right now. So cut the mustard. Cut it out. Let's go. Anybody game on? Anybody? Anybody? And nobody ain't trying to say nothing about when it's going to happen. I'm just saying, if you friends with me and you keep talking about this stuff that I know that you could have by now, yeah, I'm going to tell you when you're going to start. I'm going to almost shut the conversation down because I'm just going to go straight into straight into the hard questions, because this wasting time is for the birds. Put it in the chat. Why won't you just do it? And I just don't understand. But I know sometimes it's our success, it's the how, and it's the when. And I don't want you focusing on that. I want you to get into the game and I want you to start practicing. Research, learning, and doing. Research, learning, and doing. What's that, Tamu? That's what's holding you back? Yeah, just do it. Absolutely, just do it. Yeah, why don't you just do it? Come on, already. 6 months in, it's a new day. It's a lot of month left still. Now we almost halfway in. We almost halfway in. Last week we was at the beginning. We halfway in now. So the second quarter is almost going to be up and we're going to have to do a review. And I'm going to want to hear about your successes. And you can get a lot of Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Sherilyn, we see you. Sorry about that. But listen, okay. I know I was going in. I don't know if y'all still here. She said, Sherilyn, you are now live. Sherilyn, you was up in there, but look. Okay, look. We're gonna wrap it up because my internet wanted me to stop. I'm glad that y'all stayed though. I love y'all. Y'all so good. My internet took me off. But listen, I'm not pouncing no more. Just know the time is now. And I want you to get out of your head and into action. And just know, even though you've had success in the past, you can have it again. But just remember what it took for you to have the success that you had. All right. Always looking forward to serving you. Stop worried about the success, the how, and the when. Just get into the game. Always looking forward to serving. She said, I am back. Okay. Thank you, LaShawn. Thank you for being back. All right. I love you. Live at 5, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. No more. You didn't miss anything. I was just gone. I was talking. I don't know when I went away, but just know this. Don't allow the success, the how, and the win to hold you back from getting into the game. Let's go. Second quarter's almost done. Let's do it. Always looking forward to serving you. I see you here Wednesday, 5 o'clock. Happy anniversary to Southside Everywhere. It is officially our 1-year anniversary today. If you have not joined the community yet, I want you to join it. Let me see if I have this here. I'm going to put it in the chat if I do. I know that I have. Here's what you could do. Go to South Dr. Roz. Where have you been? www. I want to say southsideew.com. All right. It's our 1-year anniversary. Go there, join us, come into the group. Let's be in conversation. John and I will be live at 7 o'clock recapping service on yesterday on the Southside Church of Christ on Facebook page and also inside of the community and also on John's page. So if you're friends with John, you could catch us there too. All right. Always looking forward to serving you. Dr. Roz, where you been, girl? Where you been? Congratulations. Thank you. Happy anniversary, Southside Everywhere. I see all of this. Thank you. Can't do it without the amazing team. Sherilyn, Marcus, Christy, Sister Alcox. Thank y'all so much for everything. I'm trying. I can't think of her first name right now. Like it just escaped me. Put it in the chat. Rhonda, Sister Rhonda Alcox. Yes. Okay, I got it. So listen, always looking forward to serving you. Go inside the South Side everywhere. Join that community. See you guys back here Wednesday, 5 o'clock. Working session is coming. So if you get an email and you want to be there, register and come and let's get some work done. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Have an amazing day. I'm live at